Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of the Fumble Sports Daily Show. It is so great to have you here on this Wednesday, June 14th. Another great day to talk sports with us. So excited to get into another 2-hour show. Like we do every day, we'll go through our results from yesterday. We'll get into a lot of research and picks today. But I wanted to open the show while people filter into the comment section. Some of our regular viewers show up for this earlier show at 11 a.m. on the East Coast. But that said, yes, we are an uncle. Yesterday was a great day for our family, so blessings. And hopefully all health is coming our way. So the universe was very good to us. So thank you so much, Jorge, for that. It's a great way to be able to start off the day, start off our show. So thank you so much. And yeah, hopefully I can be a great sports uncle to a niece that's now in the world. That said, that wasn't the only big event that went down in the world yesterday, but the Stanley Cup was finally raised by the Golden Knights. Unbelievable dominance in this game. 9 goals, the most ever scored in a closeout game for a Stanley Cup final. Unbelievable performance by the Golden Knights. And I wanted to call out two individuals specifically when it came to the Golden Knights. Jack Eichel, the player, Bruce Cassidy, the head coach. Two individuals who had a lot of hype over the last few years and were talked really well, and then had a falling out in their situations. Eichel with Buffalo, Bruce Cassidy with the Boston Bruins. And I was so happy to see both of them become champions because Jack Eichel was an incredibly talented prospect. And I believe he came in the Connor McDavid draft as the number 2 pick. I may be wrong, but I think that's right. And he was kind of the guy who Buffalo hoped would re-energize the organization. Ultimately, injuries and, frankly, the fact that Buffalo wasn't competing consistently delayed his progress. And it looked like he was kind of getting washed away. You saw in this series just how talented he is. We cashed on a lot of tickets with Jack Eichel because he gets points. He's dazzling with the puck on his stick. He has unbelievable vision. I'm so happy for him. As for Bruce Cassidy, there is no head coach in hockey, or basketball for that matter, baseball as well, who has gone through the kind of 13th, 14th month stretch that he has. The Boston Bruins let him go after failing in the playoffs. The Bruins for years were expected to win a Stanley Cup with Bruce Cassidy as the head coach, with Pasternak, Bergeron, Marchand, and that perfection line that they had built up in Boston. They failed to do so, and Bruce Cassidy was made the scapegoat. He was the guy who was let go. I as someone who grew up in New England, I follow the Bruins. I thought it was ridiculous. I never thought he should have been fired. I thought it was ludicrous that they blamed him. Krejci left. They said he was too tough on him. And I am someone who actually likes a head coach who doesn't try to befriend the players, but is a head coach. You look at a Belichick, you look at a Popovich. By the way, even a Spoelstra, he doesn't act buddy-buddy. He doesn't act that way. You know the distinction in the roles. And Bruce Cassidy, yeah, he might have been a disciplinarian, but you saw that is exactly what the Golden Knights needed. There were actually some quotes that came in after the game that he was kind of that kick in the butt that they needed and took them over the top. So I'm so happy for two individuals who, again, kind of got written off, but ultimately they got what they deserved, which is a championship. What's up, Deadpool? How you doing? Can't believe Miami lost that game so close. We're not surprised, though. Actually, the Denver Nuggets were the better team, so Miami gave a valiant effort just to make it into the NBA Finals. But the right team won, the best team won. And I saw something that was really interesting. In both the NBA Finals and the NHL Stanley Cup Final, the road to the playoffs brought an 8 seed from the East and a 1 seed from the West. And the team that was number 1 in the West ultimately won the championship. No rhyme or reason to it, but both sports went the same way on this. So, with the Golden Knights earning their championship, the best trophy in sports has now been awarded, and yes, I do believe the Stanley Cup is the best trophy in sports. So with that, we kind of enter what a lot of people believe is the dog days of sports. And I've seen a lot of people on Twitter throw out the depressing memes of oh no, we've entered nothing but baseball. And the truth of the matter is, if you're a baseball nut, yes, we have entered prime baseball season. It's going to be a great few months of a lot of baseball talk and a lot of baseball focus. However, I think that's a bit of a misnarrative or a incorrect narrative. We have the U.S. Open this weekend. We have NASCAR every week. We have Formula One if you love that. We have WNBA, which we start betting on. We're talking more and more. And I feel like there are a lot of events. There's going to be Wimbledon coming up. There are a lot more events going on. So for a number of reasons, I would suggest all sports fans don't treat this like the dog days. For some of us, these are the prime days of actually getting in some really good plays. We have a number of experts here at Fumble Sports. We've really expanded our team to talk beyond just the major four sports to a number of the other sports that actually, this is their prime season. So if you come here every day for advice, if you come here every day for analysis or picks or research, this is a good time because our NASCAR expert is fantastic. I don't know how he does it. I just think it's ovals around a track and doing laps. He is unbelievable in understanding how certain drivers really own certain tracks. His hit record is really good. He's someone you should be following every week and coming to our blogs every week on our website, buttfumblesports.com. Our Formula One analyst, while he gives out picks every now and then, his previews really do indicate who he thinks are going to win. Sometimes he's a little bit hesitant to necessarily put the dart on the bullseye, but he gives you a pretty good indication, which you can definitely read between the lines. So there are a lot of things going on. And yes, I've done some research on the U.S. Open today, so I'm ready to actually give you my favorite play, my mid-favorite play, and then my long shot play for the U.S. Open. So we have a ton to get into in today's show because no, these aren't the dog days of sports. For some of us, these are the prime days of sports. I love these moments. Now, before we do get into today's research, picks, and everything else, there was one more story I wanted to get to that is why we love sports. And bizarrely, it is actually a moment that is not beautiful in terms of optics, but is beautiful in terms of the romance of sports if you're like me. The Oakland Athletics have been the worst of the worst in every possible way. If you go to that stadium, it is awful. At this point, I almost feel like they should go to Vegas because there's just nothing there for them. It's a terrible place to play. I feel bad for the players. But that said, the fan base showed up last night in what was a reverse boycott, in which they actually showed up to the stadium, brilliantly organized, almost all of them, wearing t-shirts that say sell. For the first batter of the game, they're entirely silent. So you can literally hear conversations on the field. And then, after the first batter, they erupt all in unison, sell the team. And to hear the contrast of almost COVID-era silence in a stadium to 28,000 bring in the hate for the owner who has really let this team just erode into nothing. I thought it was a brilliant example of how fans can actually fight back and can actually make their voice heard. Will it impact Rob Manfred? No. Will it impact the money? No. Will it impact the A's probably going to Vegas? Probably not. But it was one of the few moments that we've seen in sports recently in which a fan base stood up and stomped its feet and said, you got to be crazy. Who are we talking about, Jorge? The Oakland Athletic fan base. The Oakland A's fans had a reverse boycott last night and did an outstanding job, and I want to shout them out. And not only that, the Oakland A's right now are the hottest team in baseball. Over the last 8 days, they're 7-0. So this is just a great story in sports. A fan base that's fighting for its team, the team fighting for its life, going on this winning streak, trying to literally earn respect. I thought it was one of those great moments that, no, they're not going to turn it into a 30 for 30 just yet, but the same kind of fight by the players on the field and the same kind of fight by the fans in the stands. Man, if only the Oakland A's had an owner who put the money into that organization, because you see the want, you see the desire, you just don't have the resources to actually win anything. So that said, there was one more note. The 5 hottest teams in baseball right now, through the last 8 days, the 5 hottest teams in baseball, the Oakland A's are 7-0, the Angels are 7-1, the Diamondbacks are 6-1, the Reds are 6-2, and the Giants are 6-2. If I told you 8 days ago that the hottest teams would be Oakland, the Angels, Arizona, Cincinnati, and San Francisco, crazy to think what baseball can offer. So no, these aren't the dog days. We have a lot to get to, so much going on in the world of sports. We're going to have so much fun each and every day with our 2-hour show. Now, with that said, let's get to our research. Big shout out to Top Dog on YouTube. Dante, great to see you this morning. Hope you're both having a wonderful day. So excited to get into today's action. We've got a ton to get into. I know we already have a celebrity shot that Jorge wants to put on the board. Can't wait to give you that, Jorge, as well as give you, if you share the channel, because I know you were doing that yesterday, one of our stolen base plays of the day. Before we go into our results from yesterday, we always give out our disclaimer. We are not a sports book. We're not endorsed by any sports book. We're here for fun. We're here for informing you, entertainment. We go to some websites that have information, analytics, but we are not a sports book, and the websites we go to are not sports books. So, if you do need help, there are places you can go. But we're here to have fun, make sports more fun. And by the way, whether you're in the 99th percentile of sports knowledge or 1%, we're here for everybody. If you have questions, if you want to learn something, you don't know a certain word, you want to be on the inside and you're on the outside, we're here to help you guys with everything. But Fumble Sports doesn't take itself too seriously, despite how we may come off. But Fumble should, the logo and the name should tell you all. We're here for fun, we're here for entertainment, we're here to have a good time, and hopefully we can score some cash tickets along the way. That said, we now move down to our results from yesterday. We really had a great day when it came to the NHL. I actually forgot to tally these up, so you're going to see how I'm doing it right now. So we cashed on the Golden Knights on the money line. We cashed on the Golden Knights on the puck line. Now, we missed on the under. I was trying to get that, if you remember, that 4-2 score. The Golden Knights were not having anything to do with only 4 goals. So we missed on the, we cashed on the over. We missed on the under. And we did cash on both of the player prop bets. So actually, I need to add these down to the results below. We went 3-1 in our NHL game picks. It's nice that we can add even more plays. NHL game, we went 3-1 in our NHL props. We went 2-0, so we're going to tack that on. That's an overall 5-1 record. So it's now 22. We went 22-10 yesterday, everybody. 22-10 yesterday. Baseball, we went 6-1. We had an unbelievable day in baseball. We even had the Braves who didn't play, so it could have been even better. But the only one we missed on, amazingly, was the Rays on the money line. But Dodgers cashed. No run in the first inning for Mariners, and Marlins cashed. Yes to a run in the Phillies Diamondbacks. That cashed right away on a Kyle Schwarber home run on the first at-bat of the game. Reds, we told you guys, we thought they weren't just going to win. They were going to cover, and that's how it went. So we had a really good day there. When it came to our MLB player prop bets, 10 for 7. WNBA, we split. As you can see, we did really well in the Stanley Cup final. As for how you guys did on your celebrity shots yesterday, great day yesterday for you guys. You guys really did well, 10-4. One of our best days ever for celebrity shots. So hopefully we have a lot of those coming today. As for our long ball long shots of the day, hit on 2 of them. Josh Bell, Jack Sawinski, both hit home runs. And Eli De La Cruz, he has been such a consistent ticket when it's come to stolen bases. We cash again with him, going 1 for 5. As always, though, it's time to put those results in the rearview mirror. It's time to give out some new picks, do new research. It is all about Wednesday's games, Wednesday, June 14th. So, guys, get ready. We are about to give out picks throughout today's next hour and 45 minutes. Hopefully you have your picks ready to go for your celebrity shots of the day. And as always, if you do want to get any of our picks, you know how to do it. Hit us up with our live goal of the confetti. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give out a long ball long shot of the day. And when you share the channel, that's how we give out a stolen base play of the day, which is what we're going to give out right away because Jorge already hit us up with that. So Jorge, thank you so much for doing that. The first one we're going to give out Not a surprise here. We're going to stay with what's consistent, so I'll just do it as the courtesy play of the day. Eli De La Cruz is a no-brainer for me. Now, he has been missing on hits of late, something to keep note of, but what he has been cashing on is runs. And that's really attractive to me because it definitely plays to the opportunity of taking him on stolen bases. He gets on with a walk. He gets on with even a fielder's choice. He can get that stolen base, and all of a sudden, he's in scoring position. By the way, at first base, he's in scoring position given his speed. Dante, love your comment on YouTube. It was a magical night last night in Oakland, and I just want to give a big shout out. If you're an Oakland A's fan, you have some. I love that fan base. You have been abused, you have been mistreated, but I love that fan base. I think Oakland fans, they've gotten the worst of the last few years having their teams leave, but they are some great fans, and I certainly appreciate them. So let's look at Eli De La Cruz to get a steal today. I'm sure those odds are starting to come down dramatically. Yeah, now it's only plus 260, but as you can see, a really good play at 27% implied probability. So Eli De La Cruz is our first stolen base play of the day. Thank you for sharing the channel, Jorge. Every time you guys share the channel, we give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base. So Eli. We talked about hits, runs, and RBIs. The over has a really strong implied probability today. He is due, and I know you guys don't like me hearing. I don't like saying it because it really isn't a good indication. But I'm not going to go with it today. I like the runs more, as I mentioned a moment ago. So if I can get over half a run, that's what I'm going to take. I know the implied probability here isn't great, but I actually love it. The trend is there. So even the implied probability isn't there. I am going to take it as our first play of the day that we're putting up on the board. Eli De La Cruz, over half a run. And we're off and running, everybody. Welcome into the show. Hope you're having a great day. Jorge, you did crush it yesterday going 2-0. By the way, just looking at some of the celebrity shot records on the board. As Jorge mentioned in his going 2-0, he's now 8-5. Pretty strong, Jorge. Good job. Show Me, 6-2. Dante, 5-3. Candyman, 6-4-1. And for those who are looking to get their names up on the board, just throw in the comment section my celebrity pick, my celebrity shot, and we will throw it up on the big board, just like we're going to do for Dante. Dante is throwing up his pick for the day, and Dante, you actually have one of my favorite plays of the day as well. So I am going to throw this one not just in the celebrity shot of the day, but also up on my big board. Dante, love where your head's at on this one. This is a no-brainer. Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt today. And you're taking him on over 1.5 bases. It's a smart play. I know we haven't hit 2,000 likes just yet, but that said, I know we will. Paul Goldschmidt's a player I love to hit a home run today. And let me give you the reason why. Paul Goldschmidt in his career going up against Anthony Desclafini, however you pronounce his name, he has 4 home runs lifetime against him. Absolutely rakes against him. Absolutely crushes him. So, let's go to Paul Goldschmidt. Let's check it out. Looking at him on home runs, 20% implied probability, plus 400. Love it. Again, probably a half unit play. And then if we look at total bases, you like the over 1.5. I like the hits, runs, and RBIs more because I'm getting it at 1.5. If this were 2.5, I'd avoid it. Look at the implied probability here. He's also hit in 4 straight games on it. Plus, again, against the starting pitcher today, we call that Rake City. 500, 3 home runs. Now, my research went back beyond 2018. Outlier only goes to 2018 on these stats. But that's a no-brainer for me. So Paul Goldschmidt, I'm also going to throw him up on the big board. This is probably one of my favorite plays of the day. Paul Goldschmidt over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. It's just a great play given the matchup. If we do go to the weather today, St. Louis, wind is blowing out slightly to right center. Not great for home runs, but doesn't concern me, especially with someone like Paul Goldschmidt. Certainly has the power to get through that. So no concerns for me. Love the play. Put it just up on my big board. Welcome to the show, Dante. Love it. Dante has another one. Dante, you've got another one for your celebrity shot, so I'm going to do that. By the way, don't worry, Jorge. I'm going to throw your celebrity shot on the board in just 1 second. But first, we'll go to Dante's second, which is Christian Yelich. Over. And again, are you taking over 1.5 bases? It looks like you are. Now, let's go look at Christian Yelich. He homered yesterday. And looking at total bases, the under, really strong implied probability here. Now, the matchup that he has is against Bailey Ober, who's actually one of the better pitchers right now in the American League, at least ERA-wise. 2.61, 51.2 innings pitched, and again, a sub-1 whip. How is Yelich done? No stats lifetime against him. And then, if I just look at how he's doing against right-handed pitching, a 275 average. He does have the 7 home runs, which is third on the team, rather. But what's interesting is that 275. I would have actually expected that maybe to be a tick higher, closer to 290, 295. Interesting. Now, he has hit in 2 straight games. It's not actually as great a trend as I would like. There's just not... I'm not sinking my teeth into this one. So interesting that that's what Dante's thrown up on the board. We'll see if it comes true. I love the Paul Goldschmidt play. I'm not going to follow him on the Christian Yelich, but maybe you guys want to. That's why I throw these up on the big board. Want to make sure you see it. That's why I throw these up on the big board. That way you guys can play along for yourselves. You can follow and fade. But we're giving out research, and that way you guys are made smarter so you can make the decision for yourself. Jorge has one of his favorite plays, celebrity pick for Merrill Kelly over 5.5 strikeouts. So Jorge is taking Merrill Kelly over 5.5 strikeouts. Now, I do like Merrill Kelly today. If you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and you go to our daily fantasy lineup for today, don't be surprised if you see his name on our team. But you also want to check out all the other players on our fantasy lineup today. So make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. The link is in the bio on TikTok, and it's in the description on YouTube. So make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. But if we go to look at Merrill Kelly and how he'll do against the Phillies today, who are on fire offensively. And like I mentioned, the Phillies right now, over their last few games, are one of the hotter teams in baseball. They're just outside the top 6, top 5 when it comes to wins over the last 8 days. But when it looks at strikeouts for Merrill Kelly, 5.5, good implied probability here at 59%. Certainly love that. Now, looking at his starts at home, really strong trend. That's what we wanted to see, and that's what I was interested in. Because if I look at over his starts overall, at Detroit, at Pittsburgh, at Colorado, and at the Cardinals, but strong across the board at home. And really strong. I love the play here for Jorge. I like the play for us as well. It's an in-show play for us. We're gonna follow Jorge on this one, and I will take Merrill Kelly over 5.5 strikeouts. I also want to see what 4.5 is going off at. Probably not great alternative line. 4.5's minus 339. So nope, that doesn't attract me. The 5.5 will have to do. Top Dog, your celebrity pick. Let's get it up on the board. Love you guys throwing your celebrity shots, your celebrity picks up on the big board. That way you guys can play along every single day. Top Dog, welcome to the show. Excited to get your pick up on the board. And we'll dive into it after. You're following it. Rays, first 5 on the money line. And you are also going to go with Reed Detmers over 1.5 walks allowed. Top Dog, I love where your head's at on these two plays. This is definitely a day where Tyler Glasnow on the mound for the Rays, Luis Medina on the mound for the Athletics. Might be an opportunity there. And Reed Detmers, we're going to dive into his stats right now. We'll get to the game second. We'll get to Reed Detmers first. Because we talk about Reed Detmers every time he's out. And look, the first thing we type in his name, first thing that comes up is the highest implied probability here. Over 1.5 walks at 66%. It's cashed in 5 straight games. That's a lot of walks. That is a no-brainer for us. We're absolutely going to ride on this one. I know it's at minus 190, but it's a no-brainer for us as well. Love the play, Top Dog. Great on calling it out. Love the play. By the way, if you're watching on TikTok Live, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give out one of our favorite players to hit a home run today. So make sure to get a long ball, long shot of the day. We hit 2 of them yesterday. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get up to 2,000 likes so I can give out another. We've already given out Paul Goldschmidt as a freebie, but let's give out another. So hit that like button. And now we're going to look at that game, which was the Rays-Oakland A's game. Like I mentioned, the A's have a 7-game winning streak. And it is one of those where every day you go, okay, they're going to lose today. Okay, they're going to lose today. No, they're really going to lose today. And it to almost the point where you have to start being concerned. And yet, it's the starting pitching matchup every day that gives me hope. Because, okay, Hogan's heroes yesterday, Hogan had an outstanding performance, but Tyler Glasnow, I know he's only had the 15 innings pitched, but that said, outstanding numbers. He's really shown that he's come back to form. The Rays brought him back slowly, and he looks like he's back to being the Tyler Glasnow that he was before the injury. On the other side, Luis Medina's 0-5 with an 8.19 ERA. And by the way, I know it, 2 different teams, but similar thought. Yesterday I told you guys I love the Cincinnati Reds because they're facing Jordan Lyles. Jordan Lyles doesn't have a win this year. He's now 0-11. He was 0-10 yesterday, but obviously lost yesterday as well. And it was one of those where I said, I'm going with the Reds. I got to bet against Jordan Lyles. Luis Medina's 0-5 with an 8.19 ERA. I know that the A's have been red hot, but this is one, yes. I like the Rays in this one. Now, Top Dog was brought up. He's going to go with the first 5 innings. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go with the Rays on the money line. Rays on the money line. And actually, I'm also willing to kind of double down on this one as well. I think not only the Rays win, I think the stretch ends today. I think the starting pitching matchup, I think the stretch run, I think the fans last night, that was a perfect moment. I think the story ends today. I like Rays, also minus 1.5. By the way, I also don't think the Rays are going to get swept by the Oakland Athletics. So, Rays minus 1.5, Rays on the money line. That's how I'm playing it today. I'm definitely doubling down on the Reds today. Love them. Someone's asking, Jorge, you're asking about Glasnow under 8.5 strikeouts. Interesting play. Under 8.5 strikeouts for Glasnow. Let's look at it. Immediately, a strong implied probability if we look at it. 54%. Yeah. Now, obviously, this dates back a while, but his first 2 starts were under it. The A's against Glasnow lifetime, they do have some bad stats with high strikeout numbers. Laureano, high strikeout numbers. Drew, I'll get to your question in a minute. Thank you for bringing it to my attention with the ice cream. Appreciate that. That said, you can see there are some strikeout numbers here. Kemp, Laureano. Has me a little worried. Jorge, it does seem high. It does seem high to me as well. In part because it also means that Glasnow is throwing a lot of pitches. And coming off that elbow injury, do I really think that he actually could even get to 8 because of the number of pitches it would require? It would really mean that the A's are striking out like early, like 5 in the first 3 innings, 6 in the first 3 innings. Do I think it's going to be that high today? I don't. I like your play on this one as well. We usually don't go in these directions, but Tyler Glasnow under 8.5 strikeouts. I'm with you. That does seem high. And what I really actually like about this play more than anything is actually it's because the hook's in my favor. If you had set this at 7.5 or at 8, I'd feel differently. But that extra hook, do I think he's going to get 9 strikeouts? No, I don't. And that's really what I'm focused on. It's not the 8 strikeouts. That's what I'm winning on. It's the 9. By the way, over 7.5 at minus 215. Kind of interesting that you could bookend it, but not that I want to. It's just an interesting thought. If you thought he had enough conviction to get to 6-7, but 8-9 is getting a little high. So anyways, just a thought. Okay, Drew, to your question, Brett Beatty over half a total base today. Interesting idea. Hadn't been looking at Brett Beatty today. He is facing one of the best pitchers in baseball in Garrett Cole, even though Cole's had some struggles over this year. Hasn't been perfect, that's for sure. So over half a total base, a really strong implied probability. Did have 2 yesterday at home against the Yankees. 2 for 3 in a limited sample size. How has he done against right-handed pitching? A 231 average. It's interesting because the half I can dig. It's only half a base. I'm not going to put it up on my big board. Garrett Cole, he's the kind of pitcher who's tough. You haven't seen him frequently if you're Brett Beatty. He has struck out 25% of the time. Kind of be interested to know what he is to take on a strikeout. Over half a strikeout if it's available, which it's not. Too bad. That's what I would have gone for. Interesting. So, no, Drew, that play doesn't attract me as much as it could. Doesn't interest me as much as others do, but not one I'm necessarily discouraging hard, just one that I wouldn't put on my big board, I wouldn't focus on. I like Garrett Cole enough. I also think that the Mets offense right now is just too inconsistent for me, so I like Brett Beatty a lot, but half a base, I could see it happening, but it's more of a coin flip for me. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Once we hit 2,000 likes, we'll give out one of our favorite long ball, long shots of the day, a player to hit a home run. Every time you share the channel, we give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base. And every time you hook us up with our live goal of confetti, we give out one of our favorite picks of the day. We crushed on MLB last night, on MLB game picks, so I'd love to give out a bunch of those today. I have so many picks to give out. I'll give out a bunch for free throughout the show. So definitely won't have a problem getting to a bunch of picks up on the board. But again, if you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. We're here for all of it. And for those watching on YouTube, never hesitate to be a part of the show. Always chime in. We're here for all of it. So if you have questions, by the way, I know we're across YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and on Kick. So no matter the platform, we're here for all of your questions. Could be about a bet, a fantasy play, anything. So make sure you're reaching out to us here at Fumble Sports. We're here to help you guys out on this amazing Wednesday here on MLB action, WNBA. We have also the U.S. Open. I'm more than happy actually to dive into a U.S. Open. Forgive me. So I wanted to dive quickly into a U.S. Open play. And I'm just going to put this one to the side. I wanted to give out 3 U.S. Open plays. But they're all kind of different in that I wanted to give you guys 3 U.S. Open plays that had short-term, medium-term, and long-shot odds. So, this tournament, there are those that are coming in sub, 1,000, then kind of between, plus 1,000 and let's say 7,000, and then finally the group that's extended outward. I'm going to stay closer to sub 1,000, sub 2,500, and then sub 5,000. Again, those are at plus odds. So if you were to put down 100, you could get, on one of the players, I'm going to give you plus 4,500 back. Interesting play. So anyways, I'm going to give you guys 3 U.S. Open plays. Again, just doing some research on the 3 I like that I'm going to put a ticket down on. Steven, it's great to see you this morning. Welcome to the show. Just giving out, again, 3 U.S. Open plays. One that's kind of a favorite, one that's just outside the favorite, and one that's a bit of a long-range play. The obvious favorite to me, Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka has been absolutely on fire of late, and he just had a brilliant round in his practice round. He shot a 62 in his practice round today, and so I'm expecting him to come out of the gate very strong tomorrow. He's coming in at plus 900. Plus 900 for him. Yes, he's coming in at plus 900. I had that correct. Now, the other one that you may want to focus on, who's even more of a favorite, is Scottie Scheffler. So, favorite is Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler is coming in at plus 600. Those are the 2 heavy favorites. So I will say I'm gonna put a unit down on all the picks I'm about to give out. So how you guys should know about how I'm playing this one, I'm gonna put $10. That's gonna be my unit amount on each of these. $10 on each one. One's at plus 900, Koepka. Plus 600 for Scheffler. I'm also gonna have $10. That's 1 unit on Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth is coming in at plus 2,200. So $10 unit plus 2,200. There you go. And the last one's going to be for the U.S. Open. This is a long shot. This is coming in at plus 4,500. I was surprised it was that long. Justin Thomas. Koepka, Scheffler, Spieth, and again, the different odds. Plus 600 for Scheffler, plus 900 for Koepka. I probably do like Koepka the most. That's why I put him at the top. Spieth, though, at plus 2,200 is a strong play. And finally, Justin Thomas at plus 4,500. Combined, I'm putting down $40 on all of them, so 4 units of $10 for 4 days of entertainment at the U.S. Open. That's how I like to do it. How I could go to movies and barely buy popcorn, a ticket, and some M&Ms, but instead I'll watch the U.S. Open for 4 days, and I'll bet on these 4 guys and have 4 days of entertainment. J-Rock, what's a unit based on? A unit is based on what your comfort level is. So if you have a lemonade stand and you don't have that much money to spend, maybe your unit is only a penny. Totally up to you. What do I think of Jude? Go a little bit deeper, Yee-Ma'am. So J-Rock, a unit is just how much you're willing to spend, how much you're willing to play. And that's just a controlled amount. So I always think it's really important to be disciplined on how you place plays and how you make your plays and just know how much you have. So you go into a casino with $100. Are you going to bet all of it on the first roll of the roulette wheel or the first game of craps? No, you probably shouldn't. You should really manage yourself out. Man, we talk La Liga so rarely. I really don't have much of a take on them. Yeah, so J-Rock, by the way, it's all about what your comfort level is. Just because you hear what my unit level is, if you want it to be 1 cent, 10 cents, $1, $5, $10, whatever, that's totally up to you. We're just trying to find you good plays, J-Rock. Steven, great to see you today. Top Dog, great to see you. Dante, Sarah, Haley, Jeff, wonderful to see you. Ryan, wonderful to see all of you watching. Wonderful day today. Top Dog, you're asking about the Braves on the first line, or are you giving us that play? Let us know. Is that your play? Man, we love soccer. It's just a random topic. We're getting into some of our favorite plays of the day, so just wasn't ready for it. Make sure you're throwing your questions and comments in about some games today. So the first game we're going to look at is the Braves' first game. Now, the starter in this one is Spencer Strider going up against Reese Olson. This is a carryover from yesterday's game. I liked it yesterday. I like it today. So 1 o'clock game, I'm going to go with it. So really, I'm just carrying over our research and our play from yesterday. And this is going to be the Braves on the money line. And this is going to be the Braves on the money line first game. So the Spencer Strider game. Make sure he's going in this game. Make sure Want to make sure. So it's the Spencer Strider game for me. I do like him on the money line in that one. Again, minus 250, so it might be something you want to parlay with the Rays on the money line. Maybe the Rays on the run line. You could pair those together. Let's also look at the Nationals. Let's look at the Nationals today. By the way, E-Man, I'll get to that question in just 1 second. I'll get to your comments in just 1 second. But first, I want to get to the One Big Deal 22. You're asking about the Washington Nationals. They're facing the Astros. Josiah Gray brought that ERA down to 3. He's pitched much better. 72 innings pitched already. The whip's a little high for me. Whip would be a little bit concerning. On the other side, Framber Valdez, 2.36 ERA. The win-loss record, that actually is something that has your attention, but whip is where it should be. Strikeouts per 9. Let's look at how the Nationals have done against left-handed pitching. Actually really well. This might be a good call, One Big Deal 22. Not necessarily on the money line for me. I might be a little skeptical about that, but there's some good hitters. There's some good hitters. I didn't mean to do that. When it comes to averages here against left-handed pitching. Smith, Garcia, Chavez, Adams, Dickerson, Thomas. By the way, Lane Thomas, he might be a good player prop bet today. So I wouldn't take the Nationals on the money line. Still a little bit worried about that one, not having the kind of confidence. But that said, plus 1.5. And again, I'm getting that. By the way, I could get an alternative line of +2 at Washington Nationals plus 2.5 at minus 160. Wow. That is an obvious play for me. That is an unbelievable play. I gotta ride with it. This is an in-show play for me, but wow, not Nationals plus 2.5. I'm gonna take that play today. I still probably like the Astros on the money line. I would probably throw that on the big board as well. But at plus 2.5, this feels like a really strong play for me. By the way, I like it at 1.5. I like it at 2.5. You could get it at a number of spots in there. I'm just going to take it at the 2.5 and be really comfy, but love the play. That said, Ye-Man, you talked about Messi moved to Miami. That means Steph Curry is no longer the GOAT of the USA. First of all, the GOAT of the USA is Tom Brady. Just saying it. Steph Curry is not the GOAT right now in the USA. It's either Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan really is the GOAT of the USA, if I had to say. And that's in perpetuity. If anybody, it is Tom Brady. If it's an active player, I would say Messi, he is the GOAT globally. Is he the GOAT here? He hasn't won anything here. He needs to win an MLS title, or he needs to do something here. He's just showing up. Does that make him the GOAT automatically? It certainly means that he's the greatest soccer player that is living within the United States the moment he steps on our ground. But is Messi the best, the GOAT of the United States right now? No, he's not. And by the way, I love Messi, but LeBron James is the GOAT of the moment, you could say. By the way, Steph Curry, you could argue it. Absolutely. I actually think you're probably right. Probably LeBron James is probably the GOAT of the moment of the U.S. right now. It's probably a good call, Drew. Good call. Okay, Drew also brought up something else. But before we get to what Drew did, first we're going to get to Jorge. Jorge shared the live. Every time you guys share the live, I try to give out a stolen base pick for the day. So I'm going to give out another one here. Next stolen pick I'm going to give out actually does relate to that Astros game. Josiah Gray is not good at holding runners. So I am going to go with Corey Jukes on this one. Corey Jukes, who leads the Astros in stolen bases against right-handed pitchers. That's how I like to do that research. There's a website I like to go to for stolen bases. That's how I found Josiah Gray is one of the worst at holding runners, preventing stolen bases. So then I also go to Corey Jukes. And for a stolen base with him, implied probability, by the way, 27%. That's incredibly high for stolen bases. Really like that. Okay, last few games has But I do like the play at plus 275. He's up on my board. Thank you, Jorge, for sharing the channel. You also asked about Lane Thomas over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And that is one we want to look at because I do like the matchup he has today. We'll dive into it a little bit deeper. I know we got a bunch of questions to get to. Don't worry, we're going to get to all of them. Hits, runs, and RBIs, not a great implied probability. But let's go to hits. I thought I saw that. Yep, over half a hit. Great play here. Minus 208. This is one we like. Really consistent across the last 10 games. So a really good play there. How has he done against Framber Valdez lifetime? 0 for 3. Small sample size. I'm not going to think too much of it. He's hitting 372 against left-handed pitching this year. Love this play right here. So we're going to throw this one also up on our big board. It's going to be an in-show research play. That is Lane Thomas over half a hit. Really like the play. By the way, Caesar, you were asking what's this website that we like to do. It's called Outlier. This website we use is called Outlier. If you guys want to learn more about it, you guys can DM me. Outlier, it's a great tool. Not a sports book. It is not a sports book, but it does have a lot of good information, good analytics. Okay, we had a question to get to from Drew7382. Drew7382. Want to get to your question, and that is about Justin Turner. Now, we have some home run picks to give out. We've hit now 2,000 likes, so I want to give out a long ball, long shot. Has good numbers against Austin Gomber lifetime. He does have a home run, but he's 6 for 8 lifetime against Gomber with a home run. If we look at the weather at Fenway Park today, yes, home runs are a tick down according to the weather, but actually the wind's blowing out to left field. Sure, he could get a double. That's why we'll probably take that prop that Drew7382 is alluding to, but I'm definitely also going to put him down for a home run. He's starting to heat up overall as well, so this is just a good play overall. Let's go to Justin Turner. And for this, I would look at bases first. Over 1.5, you can see it does have the slight advantage here, and it's been a popular trend. I would take the over 1.5 bases, but I might be on Justin Turner in more ways than one. Justin Turner, I'm on over 1.5 total bases. I'm already on the home run. I may also want to get on hits, runs, and RBIs. They set it at 2.5. So the sports books understood that 1.5 was too appealing. That's why the 1.5 bases we really like. I'm assuming hits is also going to be 1.5. Yes, it is. So we don't like that. The only other one I would want to consider is maybe an RBI or a run, because I think he could drive someone in today. I think there's going to be some offense in that game. I think the Red Sox offense gets on track a little bit. Half a run is good implied probability. I'm not going to take it. Not strong enough for me. But again, love Justin Turner today. So there may be a number of ways you want to jump on Justin Turner as a good play for the day. Trust the System. Let's eat. Welcome back to the show, Trust the System. By the way, if any of you guys want to get your celebrity shot up on the big board, just throw in the comment section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, and we'll throw it up on the big board. Dante has already done that. Dante threw up his first 2 picks. Everyone gets 2. So let me go to another question that Dante has, though. Ask about Alex Bregman, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Good implied probability at 56% against Josiah Gray. 4 out of the last 5 games. Lifetime against Gray, he's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Against right-handed pitching, 265 average. Wish that were a little bit higher. I do like it. I'm a little wary to put it on my big board. I want to, but I'm a little bit hesitant. So what I would say is I do like it, but I'm not jumping at it. Maybe it's the batting average that has me a little bit down on it. Again, hits, runs, and RBIs shouldn't. This is a good play. Let's take a look at the weather. I know it's in the dome, but home runs up 10, overall runs down 4. I'm kind of split on this, so I won't put it up on my big board, but I do like Alex Bregman over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm just not going to ride with it on this one. Let's look at how it's done at home. Kind of curious. 4 straight games at home. That's a good play. That's a better trend if we stretch it out. Okay, now I like it. I found a trend. I found something I like about it. So 7 straight games. I will go with it. I'll throw it up on the big board. I finally found what I was looking for here. So we will throw it up there. Alex Bregman over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. And I'm just going to make a note to myself. I'm going to say, home trend. And I'm just doing that because I want to keep track to see if that actually pays off. I'm curious. Okay, Top Dog, you're also asking about Red Sox first 5 on the money line. Yes, I do like that. Top Dog, I do like that. I do like Red Sox first 5 on the money line. I also do like the Red Sox today. I'll just put that one out there on the big board. I do like Red Sox on the money line today. Austin Gomber against Garrett Whitlock in that matchup today. Garrett Whitlock at home this year, 1-0 record, a 3.86 ERA. He hasn't allowed a home run, 4 walks to 10 strikeouts, and opponents have just a .220 batting average against him. Meanwhile, Austin Gomber on the season, 4-5 record, a 7.57 ERA, 16 home runs allowed. You heard that right. 16 home runs allowed already this year, 27 walks to 39 strikeouts. So not a good ratio on that. And opponents have a .319 batting average against him. So not only do I like Justin Turner in this game, but there are some other Red Sox that I would definitely consider. You can't go wrong with Rafi Devers right now. Rafi Devers is red hot. When Rafi Devers gets going, he is one of the best plays to make every day. The problem is, can you find a good spot? Bases, 1.5. Hits, runs, and RBIs is at 2.5. Overall on hits, over half. And runs, over half. See, there are some good plays here. I might take Rafi Devers over half a run. Rafael Devers over half a run. And I rarely do this, but there's a part of me that wants to take the 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I know it's not a strong implied probability, but I'm curious about it. Against left-handed pitching so far this year, 250 average, probably why it's not a good play, and I won't talk myself into this one. But 1.5 bases probably still has my attention. I know, again, not a good implied probability, but he's starting to cook. He's starting to turn it on. These are home runs. So when Rafi Devers starts to hit home runs, he's someone you want to ride. So that said, I probably would stay away from the 1.5. I jump on the 1.5. Not going to put it up on the big board, but something I do want to consider at least telling you guys about. So put it up there. So I'm considering, that's what I told you. Okay. Jordan, thank you so much for the rose. Appreciate that. We've got some celebrity picks coming in. Jorge, don't worry. I will get to your question about Waka on strikeouts right after I put Tito's full send picks up on the board. So if you want your long ball, long shots of the day put on the board, just like Tito's full send, and you're fading me. You're taking the the A's plus 2.5. Oh, that's kind of an interesting play. So you're not really fading me that much. It's an interesting play, plus 2.5. I like it. And you're taking the Diamondbacks first 5 on the money line, and then Diamondbacks first 5 on the money line. Tito's full send, you are on the board. Tito's full send is 3-2 on his celebrity shots. So hopefully 5-2 by tomorrow. Let's go, Tito. Okay. Appreciate you, Jorge. You've been waiting patiently. Let's look at Waka on strikeouts. By the way, if any of you guys want any of my picks, hit us up with that live goal of the confetti. Of course, every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give out one of our favorite home run hitters of the day. Let's go to Michael Walker. And you were specifically asking about strikeouts. 4.5. The under has stronger implied probability. It has. Let's look at it from the over perspective. Let's look at it from the over. It has hit the last 2 games. What's interesting is, what catches my attention, 3 out of the last 4 games at home, this is hit. That has my attention. Against the Guardians, how have they done against Walker lifetime? You have some decent averages here. That's why I don't like it. Bell, even though he's only got a 125 average against him, has never struck out. Straw, no strikeouts. Naylor, no strikeouts. Gallagher, no strikeouts. Even Rosario. That's why I don't like it. So now I understand why the under might be the stronger play. At home, this has been a good play of late. This is one I wouldn't touch because you can tell the trends are kind of going in 2 different directions. The strikeouts per 9, 8.47 for Waka. So this is one I wouldn't touch, Jorge. Don't like it, not about it, would avoid it. Just kind of concerned, actually, in that this is a bit of a trap because the trend says it's going to continue, but actually the history against these hitters, and there are a couple that he has at least enough of a track record where you can take something from it, doesn't inspire much confidence. I would avoid this play. We have just hit 4,000 likes. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Again, every time we get 2,000 likes, we give out a home run pick of the day. And every time we get confetti, we give out one of our favorite overall picks. It could be a player prop bet or a game pick. But went on here at Fumble Sports. Let's give out another home run pick of the day. Our next long ball long shot of the day is going to be Adley Rutschman. Adley Rutschman. Gotta make sure I get the name right. Adley Rutschman of the Baltimore Orioles. So lifetime against Jose Barrios, 1 for 10, which includes a home run. And if we look at the weather in the game in Baltimore, home runs, it looks like could be a tick down, but it's blowing out to right field. Yesterday, last few days, ton of offense in this series. So again, Adley Rutschman is the next player I like to hit a home run. Just threw him up on the long ball, long shots of the day. Also want to look for him to get maybe total bases or hits, runs, and RBIs. There are absolutely some plays with him we can find. 1.5 bases, no, according to the implied probability. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Look at the over, 59%. Yes, the trend is hit or miss. But just again, to show you guys, Adley Rutschman rakes against Barrios. So that's why we like it. I would also take the hits, runs, and RBIs, so I'll throw that up here as well. Adley Rutschman over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. And there you go. We are on the board once again. Really like a number of hitters in this game, by the way. That's definitely a game I've got my eye on. Jorge, thank you for sharing the chat. Jorge, we're going to give out another one of our favorite steals of the day. Alexander, great to see you. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base because Jorge shared the channel. Then we're going to answer Drew's question. Then we're going to answer Jorge's question. So that's going to be the order of things right now. Player we like to get a steal. Next player that I like, we are going to, with Glasnow on the mound, I do think that longer motion, good for steals. Ruiz, obviously, I think he has 31 steals on the season. So Ruiz to get a stolen base, the implied 38% implied probability. That's really high. Again, for the last 3 games that hasn't hit, but do like it against Glasnow. Again, you get that at plus 160. Not as long as some of the other odds for stolen bases, but Definitely one I like. Now, I'm not going to take him on total bases. I'm not going to take him on anything else. Only on the steal. Only on the steal. Now, the question that Drew had about Ranger Suarez over on earned runs. Let's look at Ranger Suarez. Looking at earned runs. Over 2.5 has the better implied probability at 56%. Now, the last 3 games, he has been pitching well. And he did it against the Dodgers in his last start, which really stands out. Has pitched well of late. Diamondbacks against him lifetime, though. There's some hitters with good numbers, though. Rivera. Kelly, okay. Marte hits him really well. We'll get to Marte and Walker. Walker and Marte hit him really well. I would say yes. I really like I do like Ranger Suarez over 2.5 earned runs. Am I crazy about it? Not enough to put it on my big board, I don't think. I do like the play, though. So, Drew, I do like it, but not enough to put it on my big board. Let's quickly, though, look. Ketel Marte. Let's see what we can get him at. Total bases, 1.5. No. Maybe hits, runs, and RBIs. Really good at 63%. What about on hits? Looks like hits, runs, and RBIs the best play. 63%. Ketel Marte over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Also want to look at Christian Walker. Over 1.5, also a good play. Also a good play. Jorge, I'm going to get to your question in 1 second. Now that we've done our research on a couple of these player prop bets in the Diamondbacks game, at least from this side of things, at least from the Diamondbacks side of things. By the way, Masi True Otoru, thank you so much for the marvelous. You're giving us the other kind of confetti. There's 2 confettis, but we'll count that. We'll give out some picks in just a second. That said, I also wanted to get to Jorge's Ben Lively 4.5 strikeouts. Ben Lively 4.5 strikeouts. Implied probability is okay. Really consistent trend of late. Last 10 games, very consistent. Kansas City Royals against them lifetime. No real numbers other than Duffy. Against right-handed pitching. How is it done? You've got some guys who are in the 30s. Prado, Macy, Garcia, Melendez. There are a couple. I'm not crazy about it. I don't hate it. Over 3.5. It's interesting. 4.5. Can he get to 5 strikeouts? It's a bit of a coin flip for me. I'm not high on it. I'm on the fence. I'm not going to take it. I'm not talking you out of it, Jorge. It's really tight. I think he could finish with 5, but I think you're sweating it. I'm not going to touch it, but not a terrible play, just not one I throw up on the big board. For all those who just joined the show, welcome into Butt Fumble Sports. We are live every single day for 2 hours giving out sports advice, talking sports, and of course making our picks and DFS plays. So make sure you follow us. Make sure you're following Butt Fumble Sports. That way you can know live every single day. We are live right now across TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So make sure you follow us across every platform. That way you're always a part of this Butt Fumble Sports community. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button on our video. Really means a lot to us. Make sure you hit the like button on our video if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok Live, hit the like button as many times as you can. Every time we get 2,000 likes on TikTok Live, we give out a long ball, long shot of the day. That's a player we think is going to get a home run. Those come in at plus odds, usually plus 300 or better. So definitely things we like to give out. Now we have some work to do because Macy If I'm saying the name wrong, forgive me, but gave us some of that confetti. Wasn't necessarily the same as our live goal, but we're grateful for the gift, so we will absolutely give out some picks on this one. Tito's full send. Can I get a bong bong? Yeah, sure. I just did it. Bong bong. Or is it bing bong? Anyways, let's give out some picks. Let's give out some picks. Okay, the next one I'm going to give out, this is one I actually really love today, is the Blue Jays, Orioles, over 8.5. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game. Both pitchers struggle against these two lineups. So Baltimore hitters against Jose Barrios have a 3.01 batting average, 9 home runs, 8 doubles, 23 RBIs. Meanwhile, Toronto hitters against Kyle Bradish have a 3.84 batting average, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. I think there's going to be offense in this game. The weather in this one, hits are going to be up. Okay, it says overall runs isn't going to necessarily be up. I'm not concerned about that. What I really wanted to see is, would it be negatively impacted? No, not enough for me to be concerned. So I love the Blue Jays Orioles over 8.5. Here's another one for you that I like. Let's give out another another player prop bet rather that I like. And this is going to be one of the few times that I'm. No, we'll go with a different one. I was going to give out one, but I'm going to go with a different one. Looking at Will Smith. Will Smith. No, we're not talking slapping at the Oscars. We're talking Will Smith of the Dodgers. Total bases. No. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Yes. Hits, runs, and RBIs is what we're going to go with. Will Smith, lifetime against Mike Clevenger, who's the starting pitcher today. 6 for 10, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. So once again, lifetime against Mike Clevenger. He has 6 hits in 10 at-bats, and 4 of the 6 hits are extra base hits. That also includes 5 RBIs. So really like Will Smith today as well. Now this is a tough one because I am going to take hits, runs, and RBIs over total bases, but this is one in which you kind of wonder. Hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Part of me wants to take the extra base hits as well, given the likelihood, the history that he has. So I'm actually going to do it. I'll ride on it. Will Smith over 1.5 hits, 1.5 total bases as well. Doesn't have the strong implied probability. Has hit in 2 of the last few games. Against Clevenger, great numbers. Against right-handed pitching this year, Will Smith saying 295. I'm going to ride with it. He just has a history of getting extra base hits against Mike Clevenger. I'm going to ride with that trend. So there are a couple picks. Thank you guys so much for helping us out. Make sure you guys hit that confetti. Every time we get our live goal, we give out another pick. You like the Twins and go over Out to Mud. Out to Mud, welcome to the show. I don't think we've seen you before. You like the Twins to win the game and the over. Let's look at it. So the Twins game, first of all, I do like the Twins for this reason. I like Bailey Ober. Bailey Ober has pitched really well this year, has a really good ERA. Look at that sub-1 whip. Really pitched well against him. And again, no real history by the Milwaukee Brewers against him, so nothing I can take from that. But on the other side, Twins hitters against Colin Rea. Couple guys with numbers. Certainly a lot of home runs. What I would say is there are a lot of home runs. Gallo, 10. Even though he's got, a ton of at-bats and a bad batting average, does have 10 home runs. Correa, 7 home runs. Taylor, 7 home runs. Kepler, 6 home runs. So, likelihood of home runs. Curious to know what that is in this game. Interesting. Weather kind of impacting this game Out the Mud. So, overall runs could be negatively impacted by the weather. I'd be curious. I think you get a couple home runs out to right field, but I'm not crazy about the over. I do like the Twins on the money line. I'm not going to bet it, I think. Part of me wants to put this on the big board. I kind of do. I love Bailey Ober, and I do like the idea of the Twins getting some home runs, but I'm not going to put it up on my big board. But the fact that you hear I'm kind of in my mind about it tells you I'm right on the fence. For me, it's like, Usually my confidence level, I'll put it up on the big board if it's above 55% confidence level, 60% confidence level. With this, I'm like at 53%. Like, I'm kind of splitting the difference. I'm leaning towards yes, but probably not high enough for me to put it up there. Top Dog, you bring up a great comment. JD Martinez. JD Martinez is absolutely someone we're paying attention to today. So JD Martinez is actually someone I was going to bring up later. So let's dive into JD Martinez stats now. Looking at JD Martinez, over on total bases, no, not necessarily the good trend, but over on hits, runs, and RBIs is really strong. He has missed in the last 2 games, but it had been good before that. If we look at home, better hit or miss. So let's look at home on a larger sample size. Okay, better. But what I really love is his stats against Mike Clevenger. Lifetime against Clevenger, JD Martinez, 400 batting average. Now, no home runs, no RBIs, just pure hits. So maybe also, this is an interesting one. This actually might be one I want to do that isn't a traditional play. So JD Martinez over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. I think JD Martinez could hit a home run as well. So I'm actually going to throw him up on the big board as well. I could see Martinez going deep on him today, or taking Clevenger deep. There's another Dodger I'm also going to put up there in a minute, but we'll get to that in a second. But I could also see JD Martinez. I'd be curious to know on a single as well. On a single. Now, he hasn't gotten a single. That's why I'm not going to put it up on the big board, because he hasn't gotten a single pretty consistently, but I am kind of curious about it. Okay, we're getting a celebrity shot. By the way, I did want to give out, I'm going to give out another long ball, long shot of the day. Just doing this because I'm going to talk about him anyways. I'm also going to take Freddie Freeman. I'm taking Freddie Freeman. I'm putting him up on the board. Righty-lefty matchup. I think they're going to be home runs in this game. Looking at the weather in this Dodger game. Likelihood of home runs up 7%. Wind blowing out. So I do like Freddie Freeman as well today. Throwing him up on the big board. Freddie Freeman. If I'm just looking at Freddie Freeman really quick on home runs. To hit a homer. Plus 420. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Going to take it minus 170. And that'll be the last Dodger. Unless I put Mookie there as well, because we probably like Mookie too. But lots of Dodger love today. And while I'm at it, I might as well do it because I like it. Dodgers on the money line. Dodgers on the money line. No-brainer for me on this one. Clayton Kershaw on the mound. Meanwhile, on the other side, Clevenger, no-brainer. Okay, Drew, 7382, has a celebrity shot to throw up on the big board. Brendan Donovan. Brendan Donovan. I'm going to look at it first, and then we'll throw it up on the big board. So Brendan Donovan, you're taking, is it over bases or hits, runs, and RBIs? You're taking total bases. My bad. Total bases. There you see. You're going to take the over. Interesting. Good trend of late. So, like the trend, I'm not going to tail it myself, but I do like the trend. Let's throw it up here for Drew. Drew, 7382. Got it wrong down here. 7382. And Drew, 7382. Welcome back to the big board, Drew. And you're taking Brendan Donovan over 1.5 bases. There you go. Drew, you're back on the big board. Alexander, have you done the Rave doubleheader yet? The Braves doubleheader yet? I like the Braves in the first game. You like the Braves in the second game, Alexander. Alexander, is that your celebrity shot of the day? Alexander, let us know if that's your celebrity shot of the day, is Braves on the money line, and just let us know which game. Which game, Alexander, 1 or 2? Or are you taking both? Are you saying the Braves are going to get a clean sweep today? That would kind of be an interesting parlay if you wanted to do it, but let us know what you want. Braves second game. So, throwing Alexander back up on the big board. Alexander trying to get back on the winning track. Alexander actually 0 for 4 so far. So, Alexander, let's get you going. So, Braves, money line, and that's the second game. Braves, money line in the second game. Let's go, Alexander. Let's get you going. Tito's full send. I kind of like the Spencer Strider under on strikeouts. Let's see what it's going off at right now. Spencer Strider on strikeouts. Now, the over had been one of the most consistent tickets there for a number of weeks, but then he hit a roadblock. 9.5. Wow. The implied probability is definitely on the side of the under. Yeah, in the last few games, it hasn't been there. Wow. I'm kind of with you on this. Now, the only problem is, okay, limited history against him, so not a lot we can glean from that. But I kind of like the under as well. I kind of like that as well. Interesting call. Tito's full send. I'm not going to put it up on my big board, but under 9.5, I kind of like the play. You could get it at minus 143. I like it. Interesting call by Tito's full send. Love it. Yeah, Tito's, I like that idea too, in which, do I really think... Now, here's the only issue. Here's the only thing I would say. I could see the Braves stretching him a little bit in Game 1 because they want their bullpen for Game 2. So, if you're starting your ace in one of two games of a doubleheader, you're really relying on your ace to get deep enough into the game to preserve your bullpen for the second one, especially if he's pitching the first game. So that would be my only concern. Again, I'm not going to put it up on my big board, but an interesting play. Not one I'm discouraging for sure. Okay, getting an interesting call. Top Dog, is that a question? Top Dog on YouTube, is that a question or is that a comment? Is that a question? Is that a pick? Top Dog, let us know. Top Dog, let us know. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Once we hit 6,000 likes, we will give out another long ball long shot of the day. And of course, if you guys give us the gift of confetti, we're trying to always hit our live goal. When we get the gift of confetti, we give out one of our favorite picks of the day. So guys, make sure you're doing both of those. Okay. Top Dog, let us know about that Marlins, by the way. You were asking about the Marlins game. That was a question. So you were asking about Yankees, Mets, run in the first inning. That's a game I wouldn't touch. So where I go to look for run in the first inning, I'm seeing that the likelihood of it is at 51.1%. I wouldn't touch it. So for that reason, not a play that I like. Wouldn't touch the run first inning in the Mets-Marlins. Coin flip on it, so wouldn't touch that one. As for the Marlins-Mariners, that is a good play. Yuri Perez on the mound for Marlins, Castillo on the mound for the Mariners. I'm actually going to put this one up on my big board. This is one that I do like. And it is Marlins, Mariners, no run in the first inning. That is a play that I like. Marlins, Mariners, no run in the first inning, everybody. Make sure you're throwing your questions and comments in the chat. We are here for all of it. Have a bunch of picks to still give out, so make sure you're hitting us up with that live goal. Still have picks to give out. Ton of them. Dante, can we get Spencer Strider half a win percentage? Dante, I love the idea, and yes, that is a no-brainer for me. I like the Braves on the money line in Game 1. Absolutely think it's going to be Spencer Strider. I have no reservations about it, so that is a good play. Bing bong, Tito's full send. I got no run first inning special, both 1 p.m. games. Interesting call. Interesting call. So both 1 p.m. games, which is, well, there are three 1 p.m. games. So I hope that the two games that I would like the under, the Brewers, Twins, and the Braves, Tigers, I do like no run first inning on both of those. So Tito's full send, I'm riding there with you. So I will also take, in the first inning, I'm going to take Braves, Tigers, No run first inning in the first game. And then I'm right there with you. I would also take Brewers, Twins, no run first inning. So I'm with you on that. Now there are a couple more plays that I really like on runs in the first inning. If you guys want those, let us know. Could Andy Ibanez get a hit? Andy Ibanez, let's look at it. Andy Ibanez of the Tigers, could he get a hit? So over half a hit actually is a really strong implied probability here. Has a hit in the last 2 games. At home, 3 out of the last 5. Head-to-head against the Braves, only a 1-game sample size. Against Spencer Strider, he's 0 for 1 lifetime. 0 for 1 lifetime. Only a 208 average against right-handed pitching. I'm going to say no, I'm not going to take it. I was intrigued by the implied probability, which may be why you like it as well, Steven. I'm not going to touch it, but interesting that it does have the strong implied probability there. That's interesting. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Is Riley Green still hurt? I believe he is. I believe he's still out. Yeah, May 30th was his last game. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Once we hit 6,000 likes, we will give out another long ball, long shot of the day. We've already given out 5. I've been dropping a bunch of them just for the fun of it. So make sure you hit that like button. Of course, also share the channel. We grow through the support of you guys watching. Let others know about the channel. Let others know about Butt Fumble Sports. Friends, family, coworkers, other sports fans that you know. So make sure that you throw that share in there. And every time we get a share, we give out a player that we think is going to get a stolen base. Here are the players we think so far. But I have a few more for that, so you don't want to miss it. Make sure you throw those out there as well. Share the channel. I have 3 more. 3 more I'd like to give out. So I'd love if you guys could share the channel. Okay, Mike Oxlong, welcome back. You've got a pick. And in fact, this is one that we talked about a little bit earlier. And yes, I do have it on my big board as well. Tyler Glasnow, under 8.5 strikeouts. So whether Mike Oxlong's tailing me or I'm tailing Mike Oxlong, welcome back, Mike Oxlong, to the Celebrity Big Board. Now, Mike is 4-8, so we're looking to get him back on the winning side of things. Mike Oxlong is taking Tyler Glasnow under 8.5 strikeouts. Let's go. Let's go, Mike. Hopefully we can both cash that ticket. Appreciate all of the support you guys show us. Again, 6,000 likes gets you a home run pick. The live goal of confetti gets you another one of my favorite picks of the day. We have a ton on the board so far, but I have a lot more to go. Would love to give out a bunch more. Tito's full send, likes Mike's pick. Definitely feeling that. Everyone, we have about a half hour left of our show, about a half hour left of the show, so make sure you're getting involved, getting engaged, asking your questions, and of course, if you have a celebrity shot, never hesitate. We already have 7 up on the big board right now, so all of you guys should make sure that you're getting involved with the show. Big shout out to all those watching on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, and TikTok. No matter the platform, make sure you're a part of the Butt Fumble Sports community. Additionally, guys, our website, buttfumblesports.com, we have more new merchandise dropping soon. We have some new baseball merchandise that's going to be dropping soon. Last week, we dropped these new signature batting stance, the iconic batting stance series shirts. We are about to drop some pitchers. We have some pitchers that we're going to be dropping, some of the most iconic pitchers that we're going to drop on some merch next week. So guys, make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, check out our shirts, our merchandise that's unique across baseball, basketball, and of course, we also have our overall merchandise with our great Butt Fumble Sports logo. Who doesn't want to have a couple cheeks on them? Hope you guys are having a great day and having a lot of fun. Mike Oxlong has a second celebrity pick to throw up on the big board, so let's go. Mike Oxlong is also taking Trey Turner over half a hit. That's interesting. Over half a hit. That might be a good play for us as well, because Trey Turner has started to turn it on of late. Trey Turner. We're already on Justin Turner, so it wouldn't be nice on the Turner boys. Over half a hit. Now, this is one in which you guys may not want to tail at minus 250. Maybe a bit too long for you. But 4 out of the last 5 games he has a hit. Against Merrill Kelly, lifetime of 421 average. Mike Oxlong doing his research. Love the play. Definitely throwing it up on the board as well. Again, bit of a long shot here. Long shot, but as in long odds, you got to pay more to get more. That said, I'm going to do it as well. It looks like a cashing ticket. Maybe one you want to add into a parlay to get better odds on it. Trey Turner over half a hit. Merrill Kelly, I do think is going to pitch well today, but Mike Oxlong, great minds think alike. Welcome to the show, Mike. Happy to have you on the show. Appreciate you being here. Jorge, you have another celebrity pick. You're going to ride with Justin Turner over half a hit. So Jorge, his second pick of the day is going to be Justin Turner. And I want to make sure you're saying over half a hit. I thought we saw that at over 1.5. Over half a hit? No, yeah, I thought Justin Turner, I'm seeing it 1.5. I'm seeing it 1.5. So, Jorge, are you seeing it somewhere at half a hit? I'm not seeing it there. I don't think they're going to offer this. Alternative, yeah, they're not going to offer this at half a hit. It's too good a play. If you want the 1.5, may not actually be that bad a play, but let us know, Jorge, what you want us to do with this one. Mike Oxlong, we are early today because there's some day baseball. When there's day baseball, when there's at least 2, 3, I would say probably 3 or 4 day baseball games, we like to go with an earlier show. That's why we're on so early for you guys. We do like to give you ample time to get your plays in. So, Jorge, if you found it on the sportsbook at half, take it. I'm not going to throw it on the big board because I can't validate it. So, yeah, Drew, I'm asking the same question. What sportsbook is that? Oh, I want to be on that sportsbook. Is it Bovada? Let us know. Bryce Harper over half a hit. Mike Oxlong, Bryce Harper over half a hit. But, Mike, you've already got your 2 celebrity shots. Oh, so this is just a question. Bryce Harper over half a hit. Let's see if that's available. If I were the books, I'd set that at 1.5. But no, I'm seeing it at half. Wow. I can't believe this. Over half a hit? Yeah. Come on. No brainer. Take it. It's, again, maybe you want to package some of these together because these over half a hit are probably not, they're not great odds. So, again, you might want to parlay them together. I'd keep the parlays tight, though. No more than 3 or 4. Don't go crazy. Don't jump on 5, 10 parlay. Don't do that. Be really conservative. If you're going to do parlays, 3 legs at the most, 4 legs at the most. And you may also want to have them down as individual bets. Again, you can also raise your unit level. If you like Bryce Harper to get a hit, really, Trey Turner is the one I like more. If you like him to get a hit, maybe instead of 1 unit, which, could be 5, 10, whatever amount you wanted to put on it. If you want to put 1 unit down, fine. But if you put, 2, 3 units down, it might be good as well. Okay, Tyler has a celebrity shot today. Tyler, interesting celebrity shot coming in from Tyler. Tyler's record's 3-1, so he's doing well on his picks. Let's see what Tyler goes with. He is taking Justin Verlander, interesting, but not maybe on where you think. He's taking on over 1.5 walks. 1.5 walks allowed. Let's look at it. Justin Turner. And let's look at him on walks. Again, we have a half hour left of our show. So plenty of time. Make sure you guys hit that confetti. I know we haven't gotten too many of our picks in today, but if you guys hit the live goal of confetti, we give out our picks. So interesting, the under has the stronger implied probability here, but the last couple of games, the walks have been high. He is facing the Yankees. They can be a patient lineup. Interesting. Interesting. Not what I would have expected in terms of the implied probability here. Couple hitters do knock him around. DJ LeMahieu hits him well. Willie Calhoun hits him really well. Two guys you might want to have your eye on. Yeah, Jorge. Love that you got it. Not going to put it up on the board as a celebrity shot. Couldn't verify it, but do like the idea. Tyler, it's an interesting one. I'm not going to follow you, but I do like the idea. I do like the idea. Yeah, any WNBA picks out there? Is Candyman making an appearance anytime soon? We need to get Candyman in the show. Candyman's our resident WNBA fan. Let's get to DJ LeMahieu. I would take DJ LeMahieu against Justin Verlander. That's a play I like. I like the stats against him. LeMahieu had a home run last night. He's been getting hot. Let's look at over on hits. Over half a hit. This is a no-brainer for me. Over half a hit for DJ LeMahieu. No-brainer at minus 189. Yeah. Do it. Love it. Maybe you want to package all these half a hits together. LeMahieu, Harper, Turner, maybe even Thomas. A 4-leg parlay on over half a hit for all four. Kind of an interesting parlay. Not saying I'm necessarily doing it, but interesting. A way of bringing those odds back into your favor. Just doing some zoom in. There, in case you've missed any of our shows so far, here are the picks that we like so far. I have more picks to give out. Make sure you're hitting that like button when we hit, what are we looking for, 6,000 likes? When we hit 6,000 likes, we'll give out another long ball, long shot of the day. Once we get some confetti, we'll give out some of our favorite picks of the day. So guys, make sure you guys are engaged in the comments, engaged in the chat. Always appreciate the support you guys show us. Again, this is what we do every day. We love talking sports, so make sure you're a part of the conversation. Okay, in case any of you guys missed our picks, here's some more. Again, I threw up some U.S. Open plays. Those are coming in at different odds, so depending on what kind of odds you want to take, but I would put $10. Personally, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting $10 down on each one of these guys. Drew, thank you so much for the confetti. Drew, thank you so much. Let's give out another pick. This is an easy one for me. Doubling down on this. Blue Jays, Orioles, and I'm going to say yes to a run in the first inning. There's a pick. Thank you so much, Drew. That's a no-brainer for me. I'll give you guys another one. Boss Lady Murr, so great to see you. Boss Lady Murr, thank you for the question. You're asking about the Rockies and the Red Sox over 9.5 runs. Looking at the weather, overall runs is up in this one. So yes, I do like the over in this game. According to the weather, I do like the over in the game. Rockies, Red Sox. Now, the over hasn't been a strong trend for the two of them. It did hit last night. My only concern is Garrett Whitlock. I may look for the alternative line here, though. Over 8.5 at 205. Over 9 at 175. I'd actually take it at the over 8.5 at minus 205. That's what I would do. I'll throw it up on the big board. That's Rockies, Red Sox, over, and again, 8.5 runs, and you could get that at minus 205. That's what I like, Boss Lady Murr. That's the better play for me. Irvin Marquez, yeah, you know what? Yesterday I take the Dodgers, Cubs, Diamondbacks, and we did. Well, the Dodgers hit. How'd the Cubs do? Did the Cubs win yesterday? I know the Diamondbacks lost to the Phillies. They got spanked. The Phillies' offense has really turned on of late, so. Appreciate all those who support the channel. Appreciate all those who watch the show. Make sure you get your questions and comments in. Mike Oxlong's asking about Mike Trout over half a hit. Mike Trout over half a hit, so let's look at it. So over half a hit is available. Has been a good play the last week against Andrew Haney. Lifetime. Mike Trout. Actually, wow, I'm kind of surprised. Doesn't have an at-bat against him. Very surprised. Mike Oxlong, thanks for sharing the channel. I'll give out a stolen pick in 1 second. Interesting play, though, here. Against left-handed pitching this year, Mike Trout is hitting 279. I do like the play. I would take it. I'll throw it up here as well. So here's another hit we like. Mike Trout over half a hit. I kind of want to build a parlay of my own and build out these half a hits. It's kind of interesting. You can get a bunch of these really kind of star players on over half a hit. You're not getting good odds if you take them individually. You package them together, may work out. Okay, you guys have been doing your work. We have hit 6,000 likes. Mike Oxlong shared the channel. So I'm going to give out a stolen base. Stealing is sharing, a stolen base play of the day, as well as a long ball, long shot of the day, home run pick of the day. So we got a lot to get to in the next couple of seconds. Here we go. First, let's get to stolen bases to thank Mike Oxlong. The next player I like to get a stolen base today is Michael Taylor. Michael Taylor. Now, I really like that play because of the matchup that he has. Colin Rea is one of the worst at holding runners, gives up stolen bases. So Michael Taylor, really like him on a stolen base today. Really good play. Now, here's another one for you. Here's a long ball, long shot of the day, and I am going to go with... I'll put this up here. I'm going to go with Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette. Lifetime against Kyle Bradish. He has 2 home runs. I like Bo Bichette today to get a homer. We're going to look for him in a couple different ways, so let's dive into it. Bo Bichette. Over on home runs. Only a 13% implied probability, but that means I could get it at plus 650. I like it, so I'm not hesitating on it. Love the matchup. As for bases, 1.5. Over 1.5 bases is a good implied probability. Not a hot trend of late. Again, though, against Kyle Bradish, good numbers. Good numbers. By the way, Vlad Guerrero Jr. does as well, but Bo Bichette was the one I was going with on this play, so keep your eye on both of them today. But over 1.5 bases, I'm going to ride with it, actually. It's an in-show. Bo Bichette. Over 1.5 bases. Also curious about hits, runs, and RBIs. If it's 1.5, I take it there as well. It's 2.5. It's 2.5. That's why I wouldn't take it there. How about on overall hits? 1.5. How about on overall runs? Overall runs. Over half a run at 52, not strong enough there. But I do like Bo Bichette today. Good play. Bo over half a run. Jorge, I just alluded to it. Not a strong enough play. I like it. Not going to put it up on the big board, but I do like it. I think he scores today. I do. Not putting it up on the big board, but I do think it happens. Mike Oxlong, you're asking about Marcus Semien over half a hit. Let's go look at Marcus Semien over half a hit. %71 implied probability. This could be another one we add to the list. He has been slumping a little bit, but against Reed Detmers, lifetime, Marcus Semien has a .357 batting average lifetime. Good numbers against him. This is another good play. Mike Oxlong, you found us another good one. We'll throw this one up on the board. And again, a lot of these half a hit plays may be worth it to you. Maybe worth taking, packaging them in 2-3 leg parlays, different groupings. Could be a good play. Marcus Semien over half a hit. Love it. Love it, Mike Oxlong. Great call. Mike Oxlong, yeah, trying to build that parlay. I love where your head's at. Okay. Make sure you hit us up with that live goal of the confetti. There's another pick I want to give out. So make sure you hit us up with that live goal of confetti. Mike Oxlong, are you saying that Shohei Ohtani over half a hit is available as well? That would be interesting. Let's look at Shohei Ohtani. Is half a hit available? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And everybody say it with me. What is this? That's so much green we call it a lawn. That's so much green we call it a lawn. That is exactly what we're looking for. There you go, Stephen Pock. We call it a long, Mike Oxlong. Nice job. We call that a lawn, everybody. And that's a lawn that we love. We love seeing that green across the board. We're going to put it up on our big board as well. Good job by Mike Oxlong doing some research here on the other side of the screen, working it. Good job, Mike Oxlong. Shohei Ohtani, over half a hit. Good job. And by the way, as you guys can tell, we don't just treat ourselves as a talking head here at Butt Fumble Sports. We take your advice. We listen to your research. If you guys find a good trend, a good stat, we dive into it. We look at it, give our analysis. But there's so many things to look at. The world of sports is so grand, so it's always nice to have another pair of eyes to be looking at things. The gas price is so high, they can't get gas for that lawnmower. That's right, Mike Oxlong. That lawn is getting unruly. It's getting out of hand. Neighbors are starting to talk. Jorge, Yuri Perez, Luis Castillo, over 12.5 strikeouts. Interesting idea. Let's look at it. So that's the matchup in the Mariners-Marlins game. We'll start with Yuri Perez, and we'll look at his strikeouts first. 51% implied probability at 5.5 overall. Let's just for the record, Jorge, let's say this is at 4 or 5. So kind of just jot that down. Let's say Yuri Perez is at 4 or 5 strikeouts. Kind of play off of that. Now on the other side, Luis Castillo. They're setting it at 6.5. First of all, over 6.5 set at 60%. This might be a good play on its own. Yep, it is. Really good play. By the way, look at it at home. Really good play. I'm adding this right now. So this is a play I do like. Is Luis Castillo over 6.5 strikeouts. That's a good play. According to the trends here, that's a really strong play. Marlins hitters against them. They have some decent numbers, but not big sample sizes. Not going to get too crazy about it. I like the play. No other alternative lines to take it at. But let's say, so that's 7, that's 5, that's 12. So what I would say, Jorge, is if you can get, it's interesting, can you put that as my celebrity shot? Yes, we can. Jorge, getting the celebrity shot on the big board. So Jorge, your second celebrity pick of the day. It's going to be a bit of a wordy one, but Yuri Perez. Yuri Perez and Luis Castillo over, you're saying 12.5 strikeouts? Just confirm that. 12.5 strikeouts. Just confirm it for us, Jorge, just to make sure. Kyle Bradish over 4 Ks. Let's dive into that one. Let's look at Kyle Bradish on 4 strikeouts. Bradish, 4 strikeouts. Not a good implied probability here. I know he has strikeouts in the last 2 games. At home, though, not as good a trend. And again, look at how the hitters in the Blue Jays lineup have raked against him. Guerrero rakes. Kirk rakes. Springer. Bichette. Kiermaier. I'm not only not going to take him on strikeouts, I'm going in the other direction on this. Let's go to earned runs. Let's go to earned runs. I like the over. I like the over 2.5. It's actually been a decent, consistent play. Kyle Bradish, I'm fading you, buddy. Kyle Bradish over 2.5 earned runs. That's a play I like. Looking on the other side, too, I like the over in this game in a lot of ways. Let's look at Jose Berrios. What's Jose Berrios on over earned runs? Over 2.5, really strong implied probability. Now, of late, he's pitched well, but I'm going to trust the fact that the weather and the overall offense suggest there are going to be runs in this game. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to go with Jose Berrios over 2.5 earned runs as well. And again, I'm not taking them on walks. I'm taking them on earned runs. I like them giving up runs. If I like the total in this game, I like runs in the first inning. I like this one as well. RJ Reed Walk Detmers is on the mound today. You know it, dog. You know it. You know it. RJ, you are absolutely right. Reed Walk Detmers, and don't worry, we've already got it on the big board. Reed Walk Detmers, welcome to another big board event. Every time Reed Detmers makes an appearance, we usually throw him up on the big board for walks. By the way, if you guys have missed any part of our show today, if you've missed any part of our show, do not worry. We are going to throw the entire show up onto YouTube so you can see all of our research, all of the picks. If you missed any part of the show, you can go check it out on YouTube, as well as my rant. I ranted earlier today about what's going on in the world of sports. You can check that out on YouTube as well. Additionally, I will also throw the picks up on our website right after the show is over, so you guys can peruse every single pick, including your celebrity shots. Yours is at 12, not 12.5. Okay, good to know. Thanks for telling me. So, I guess you're okay with that hook not being there. I agree with you. Okay, Show Me. Show Me has a couple celebrity picks to throw up on the board. Show Me's record, 6-2. Show Me the money. Good job, Show Me. Let's see what you got today. Show Me is going with the Reds on the money line, Yankees on the money line. Love the plays. Love the plays. I actually like the Yankees on the money line. I'm not putting it up on my big board, but I do like the Yankees as well, and I do like the Reds. I do like the Reds as well. Good calls. Good calls, Show Me. Same as yesterday. Yep. How'd those do yesterday, by the way? Pretty sure they cashed. Yeah, that's right, Show Me. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you guys have questions, if you got research that you want done, just in case you missed anything, here are all of our picks up on the screen. And again, we give out a pick every time you guys give us the gift of that confetti. So make sure you're hitting that confetti. Help us out with our live goal. I would love to give out some more picks over the next 10 minutes or so. Additionally, here are all the picks we've given out. If there's a bullet point next to it, it means it's a pick that we had ready to go prior to the show. If there's an asterisk next to it, it means we were doing our research during the show and we found a play that we like. So a ton of baseball picks that we put out. We do that every single day. And again, these aren't my favorite teams, my favorite players, a player I have a personal vendetta against, nothing like that. These are all about trends that we find that indicate that these are good plays to make. So make sure that you guys are careful with your money, be smart, don't risk things that you don't have, don't throw money around, but absolutely know that we're coming to you with good trends to try to find you the best possible research, the best possible angle to take advantage and hopefully cash some tickets. Again, if you share the channel, just like Jorge did, we'll give out players we think are going to get a stolen base. Our long ball, long shots of the day, and stealing is sharing. Those are picks that all come at plus odds, so that's why we give those out differently. Usually the picks that we give out throughout the show, they're usually between minus 110 and minus 200, minus 210. But the long ball, long shots of the day, they're on the plus side of things. That's why we give those out differently. Jorge and Show Me showing us the love. Appreciate you guys doing that. We'll give out two more stolen base picks in just a second. I actually only have two more to give out, so the last two we'll give out. And if you guys want your celebrity pick on the big board, just write in the comments section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot. We'll add it to the big board. That way you guys can play every single day. You can play along and be a part of this great community. We keep track of everybody's record, so that way we know who's who, we know how you've done, and of course you guys can feel like you're a part of the show because you are. Okay, Jorge and Show Me showed us some love with sharing of the chat. We appreciate that. Let us give out some more stolen base plays of the day. Next one, Lodi Tavares. So his matchup, I saw Reed Detmers gives up a lot of stolen bases. Has a tough time holding runners. If he's giving up walks, it's another way he allows runners on base. So I do like Tavares to get a stolen base today. Let's quickly look at what his implied probability is and what the odds are, just so you guys know. Tavares, stolen bases, 18%, a little bit lower than we'd like. We usually like it at 20. Does have a stolen base in the series. Plus 450. We like it. We like it at the plus 450. Here's another one. And this one, I actually like it for both games, but I probably take it for the second one more than the first, but I like it for both games, so you might want to play it for both. And that's Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald Acuna Jr. to get a stolen base. So those are all of the stolen base plays that I had prior to the show. 6 of them. I try to have 6 to 7 for you every single day. Boss Lady, what's my confidence for Eli De La Cruz to get a steal? It's probably a little bit lower than it was yesterday against Daniel Lynch, who's a little bit better at holding runners than others because he's a left-handed pitcher. What I would say is it's closer to 60%, maybe like 58%. It's not as high as it was yesterday. Yesterday he got a steal, but I would have had it at, let's say, 70% yesterday. I'm closer to like 58% today. My confidence on Ronald Acuna Jr. getting a steal today, I would put at somewhere between 60 and 65%, Boss Lady Murr. I'd probably say my favorite one on them is Ruiz. Confidence level on Ruiz is probably the highest. Like him the most. Michael Taylor would probably be second. Michael Taylor, Rhea has a tough time holding runners. Taylor has the most stolen bases against right-handed pitchers for the Twins. Boss Lady Murr, appreciate the support. And I hope you guys are just like Boss Lady Murr, and I hope you subscribe to Butt Fumble Sports. We are going to do a lot of shows over the next few weeks, exclusively for subscribers, and specifically around fantasy football. Believe it or not, we are getting into fantasy football draft season. I know a couple of you have asked me about that already, but believe it or not, we are already starting our mock drafts. We are going to start doing mock drafts over the next few weeks, so make sure you guys subscribe to Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok. That way you can be a part of it. We are going to do those exclusively for subscribers, where you can ask your fantasy football questions and get a good sense of who to take in whatever round, or if you do an auction draft. So make sure you subscribe to Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok. Certainly means a lot. Show me, will the Bengals lose their first game of the year? Okay, so really interesting that you bring that up. We do a weekly NFL show, and actually we're doing it where we're going through every week of the NFL season, so you can go find our week 1 predictions on our YouTube page. But we have a group of NFL analysts. We came together and we said that the Bengals would win week 1, but I was the lone person who was like, hey, Joe Burrow and the Bengals really struggle in Cleveland. That actually is a trend that I have my eye on, so I'm not as confident about it. I actually would take the Browns to cover week 1. If you want to take the Bengals on the money line, sure, but I actually think that the Browns to cover week 1 might be a really good play. Jorge, yes I would. Jorge, yes I would. Show me, I love it. Love it. If you bet them to win, I don't think it's a bad play. I'd also take them to cover, especially as we get closer to week 1. The hatred of Deshaun Watson and the Browns will go up. The love of the Bengals will go up. That'll also mean that the spread will move. The line movement will probably favor the Bengals in terms of they'll become a heavier favorite, which obviously you and I would jump on the Browns, no problem. Okay, Mike Oxlong is asking about Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. The answer is I do like both of those, Mike Oxlong. I do like both of those as well. Jorge, we like Strider, just a bit too high. I don't like the under. I don't like the over. What I'm saying is I wouldn't touch it. If you had to get my opinion, I'd lean slightly towards the under, but not strong enough for me to go in either direction. Does seem a little bit high, though. Here are all of my picks up on the screen. If you have any more questions, get them in now. If you have any celebrity shots to get in, if you're watching on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, TikTok Live, make sure you're getting these comments in. Make sure you're getting your celebrity shot in. For all those that are curious, our celebrity shots of the day so far, here they are. Dante, Jorge, Top Dog, Tito's Full Send, Drew 7382, Alexander, Mike Oxlong, Tyler, and Show Me have all thrown theirs on the board. Mike Oxlong, thanks for sharing the chat. I don't have any more stolen bases to give out. Those were the players I liked on the stolen bases. I'll give out... Let's give out another pick. Let's give out another pick. Okay, here's a long ball long shot of the day that's a real long shot. Orlando Arcia. I like Orlando Arcia today to hit a home run in Game 1. In Game 1. Or, sorry, this is Game 2. Is it Game 1 or Game 2? It's the one with Lorenzen. Game 2 versus Lorenzen. So I think it's Game 2. He has 2 home runs lifetime against Lorenzen, so make sure if you do take it, you're taking it on the right game. I'm not seeing the second game on the board, but I am putting it up there. So I am putting it up there. Going to give out another pick, though. Let's give out... Oh! I want to see if I can get a half a hit with this guy. Gary Sanchez. Is half a hit available for Gary Sanchez? You betcha. Over half a hit. Lifetime against Aaron Savali. He is 3 for 7 with a double, an RBI, and 2 walks. I'm going to take Gary Sanchez over half a hit. Throwing that one up on the big board as well. There's one. Over half a hit. By the way, another play that I like that I'll throw up on the big board is Rockies, Red Sox. Yes to a run in the first inning. Yes to a run in the first inning. Show me. Gary has been stroking of late. Gary has been on fire of late. No doubt. Ever since he came to the Padres. Okay, guys. We're getting to the end of our show. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. Make sure you follow Butt Fumble Sports. Make sure you're part of this incredible Butt Fumble Sports community. We are live every single day for 2 hours. Every single day, we are live for 2 hours. And just like today, it always seems to fly. It's amazing how quickly it goes, and it's all because of you guys. You guys are so great. Jorge, Show Me, Drew, Mike Oxlong, IP Shade 45, Boss Lady Murr, Macy, Jordan Dennis. Thank you so much for the gift today, Jordan Dennis. Chris Silva, Tito's Full Send. Big shout out to you. Alexander Out to Mud. Great to see you in the show today. One Big Deal 22. Trust the System. Jimmy G. Rips, great to see you today. Wonderful to see Ye-Man. It's nice to have you add some soccer to the conversation. J-Rock, great to have you a part of the show. Deadpool, wonderful having you in the show early on. Appreciate Irvin Marquez. Irving Marquez, great to see you. What do I think of the Braves and Tigers' first game? Up on my big board. Up on my big board right now. You can see it, Irving. Right there. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Make sure you guys are with us tomorrow. We are going to be live at noon tomorrow. That's 12 p.m. tomorrow. We are live at 12 p.m. tomorrow, 12 noon for Thursday, June 15th. That's, again, one more time, that's 12 noon, 12 p.m. on Thursday, June 15th. If you missed any part of our show today, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, hit the Butt Fumble Sports Live. It'll take you right to our show. Or, better yet, go to our YouTube page. Go to Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube. You can watch the entire show. You can jump to certain sections. You can see our research, our picks, everything you guys need. Irving, great to see you. Jorge, wonderful to see you. You guys are awesome. Never missing a live. Got Wi-Fi on the plane. Oh my God, the support you guys show us. You guys are unbelievable. The fact you're watching us while traveling, watching us, making us a part of your day, it means the world to us. Thank you guys so much. You guys make this possible. Your support is why we're here. So thank you guys so much. It is unbelievable how much love you guys have for us, and I hope you know it is reciprocated. We are back live tomorrow again at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. tomorrow on Thursday. If you missed any of it today, watch it on YouTube. And again, I am going to post all the picks also to our website, so you can go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. There's a link in our bio on TikTok. There's a link in the description on YouTube. So go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, buttfumblesports.com. I'm going to post all the picks up there right now, so that way you can peruse through all of them. Appreciate all of you guys, and as you hear me say every single day, I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening, and I hope you cash a lot of tickets. Thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you